no plans at all. Evil man's always transcending. Fighter like sheep, swallow everything. Always simpletons or pretending.
This is your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. So let me pose a hypothetical. Imagine you were a corporation that produced genetically modified foods and seeds that could possibly give people symptoms that are less fun than having a dirty bomb in your pants. And as this corporation, you want two things. One is to stop any testing of your products, and then if someone does prove that they're harmful, you don't want it to interfere with your quarterly profits, because your goal at the end of the day, in the middle of the day, in the beginning of the day, is to make a fuckload of money. You are not to care about whether people get sick or die or want their sister to still be alive, etc., etc. Not your problem. Every meeting you take, every decision you make, you just keep thinking, fuckload of money, fuckload of money, fuckload of money, fuckload of money. Some people clear their mind by thinking of the sound of one hand clapping. You clear your mind by thinking of the sound of a fuckload of money falling on top of your enemies or a farmer who's suing you. That sound would probably be, if I had to guess. Your first step in making sure you achieve your dreams is to get someone you're friends with on the Supreme Court. You know, someone who, used to be your lawyer. Someone like Clarence Thomas, former lawyer for Monsanto. And make sure this friend doesn't recuse himself due to conflict of interest. I mean, what's the point of judging a wet t-shirt contest if you're afraid of some tits? Am I right? The next step is to make sure one of your friends is in charge of overseeing the regulations that govern your products. Perhaps even someone that used to be, I don't know, your vice president and chief lobbyist, someone like Michael Taylor. And you're probably thinking, wait a second, Obama's not going to put Monsanto in charge of regulating Monsanto. But you're so wrong. That's exactly what he's going to do. Keep in mind, Mr. President put Goldman Sachs in charge of the economy they had just burnt down, Social Security haters in charge of Social Security, war lovers in charge of ending the war, torture fetishists in charge of ending torture, and Jerry Sandusky in charge of Child Protective Services. I might have made up that last one, but I think it's only because Sandusky wasn't available at the time. So of course Obama would put the Monsanto guy in as deputy commissioner for foods at the Food and Drug Administration. I mean, Michael Taylor takes a shitload of Dramamine just to deal with the motion sickness related to sprinting around the revolving door between Monsanto and the FDA. He's like Superman changing in the phone booth, but instead of putting on a cape, Taylor gives the American people death and disease in the shape of tomatoes with salmon genes. So, I'm glad there aren't many phone booths left. Now the final piece of the puzzle, just in case a court accidentally tells you they need to test your GMO seeds or plants more thoroughly, just in case some kind of regulation slips through, just in case the FDA accidentally does their job. You need Congress to write up something saying you don't have to abide by any laws or regulation. Hell, why don't you just write it up yourself and then Congress can pass it without even glancing at it? Hypothetically, that provision was termed the Monsanto Protection Act, and it was slipped into a bill and passed by Congress last week. Obama then dutifully signed it. The best part of this act says that even if a GMO is found to scientifically cause harm to consumers, the courts still cannot stop Monsanto from selling it. So hypothetically, hypothetically, these fucking cocksuckers own all three branches of government, and they even got the president to sign a law saying no one can declare their deadly shit against the law? How is that legal? Imagine if they did that with other products. Imagine if it was found that the new Barbie dolls explode when touched, sending little girls rocketing into outer space, and yet the courts could not stop Mattel from selling the product. I mean, Monsanto is the company behind Agent Orange, the incredibly toxic chemical used in Vietnam. With this new Monsanto Protection Act, maybe they can start selling it for people to sprinkle on top of their food. You know, because the one thing that I've found missing from my favorite New York pizza is birth defects. That's been your moment of clarity. These things aren't permanent if enough people stand up and scream about it. The Monsanto Protection Act only lasts 6 months before they have to find another way around the law. So learn more about it at the links in the description and tell your friends. Also, I've started blogging daily at my website as well as posting my videos. So check out LeeCamp.net every day. Thanks a lot. Keep fighting.
No plans at all. Evil man's always transcending. Fighter like sheep, swallow everything. Always simpletons or pretend.